Most people accept the decline of midlife as normal. They don't like it, they're frustrated by it, actually terrified of it. And yet ultimately they accept it. And that simply does not have to be you. So my annual Mastering with Life program is coming up. And as always, this year is going to be completely different to last year. And this is the approach for 2025. I want to take you through a 10-step journey to explain and offer solutions for all different aspects of midlife. Now, there is also access to a full content library with about 70 pieces of content in there. But for the live coaching program, I want this to be a journey from beginning to end. So you have a full explanation of midlife and all the aspects of it. So, what are we going to cover in the 10 live coaching calls? And remember, this is a group coaching call, group coaching program. So, whether you're a spectator or a participant, you're going to get the energy of the group. You're going to get the experience of the group, not just, my experiences, but the experience that I've experienced myself, that I've watched with other people, and actually the group members themselves. So a journey from beginning to end, not just me spewing out information over, 10 Zoom calls, but an actual progression. So this is what we're going to cover. Let me read it to you. So obviously we're going to talk about hormones. What on earth is going on? The truth about the hormone shifts, the energy, the weight, the mood, the lack of sleep, the body fat, the sagging tricep, guys, that's so, all of that stuff. So we're going to talk about hormones, obviously andropause and menopause. We're going to talk about blood work. Now, if you know me, you've heard me say this over and over. The answer is always in the blood work. So if you want to bring your own blood work and let the group kind of look over it, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, I'll be sharing my own. Um, but the answer is always in the blood work if you know what you're looking for and if you know what questions to ask, what answers you're looking for. Then we're going to talk about the symptoms of midlife. So, what about this brain fog? What about this belly fat? What about the skin changes? What about the mood changes? What about the sleep? What causes them? And what are the solutions for these symptoms? Now, remember, this is not a chick program. Guys, please come in because you have your own experience. And I'm often talking about andropause and this, but it's really great if I have some guys in there to expand that conversation. A lot of couples join this program, which is also fabulous. We're going to talk about supplements. Wow, how many supplements do you have on your shelf and you don't even know what they're for anymore? So let's simplify that. Let's get it down to the basic supplements to use and then some extra ones you can incorporate depending on your specific situation. We're going to talk about smart nutrition. Now, this is meeting anybody wherever they are in their body composition goals, but we all have body composition goals. Maybe you're trying to lose weight, maybe you're trying to build muscle, but we can do it at the same time. So I'm going to show you how to choose meals and how to build meals for optimal health in midlife and beyond, but also with body composition in mind. Now, I love the meal plans in the Mastering with Life program because all the foods I use in the meal plans are they have a purpose, and we'll go through that. So we'll talk about smart nutrition for muscle metabolism, continued weight loss, maintaining whatever. We are going to talk about exercise. Now, I've got my commercial gym right here, and there's probably going to be one or two Zooms in there. People always love the gym time because maybe you're just starting out with weight training. What am I doing? What exercise should I do? How many times should I do it? What weight should I use? Which exercise? How much? How much rest? What about cardio? Do I do HIIT training? When do I do cardio? Let's just clear all that out as well. And also, we want to be happy and have a positive mindset as we go through this circus that I affectionately call midlife. So I'm talking now about, some people are anxious, some people are depressed, some people, their focus is a little off, brain fog, memory. We're going to talk about how to create happiness and fulfillment through this journey. And a lot of that comes from, knowing the root causes of a little underlying anxiety, knowing the root causes for lack of focus. What can you do about it? For some, there's some very simple supplements. I'm looking at mine right there. But let's talk about that because we can, as we go through this journey, we want to be positive and we want to be happy. We want to have a joyful, somewhat easy life experience. So this is the journey I want to take you through. Ultimately, you'll have a strategy which is surprisingly easy to implement to go through midlife and beyond. What I do need to stress is your experience does not have to be that of the vast majority of people. The vast majority of people just don't have the right information. They don't have the right tools to actually attack this chapter of our life. And they're fearful of it and they're frustrated by it. And honestly, their experience isn't usually that great. Your experience does not have to be that way. And wherever this program is meeting you, we can change the outcome. This isn't about what's possible. This is about what is probable. And it's just not that difficult to do. So I'd love you to join this program. Please tag other people if you think they'd be interested. But I do only offer this program in a live format once a year, simply because I just run out of time. And it is this type of group coaching interaction, which I think is so lacking today. With social media and AI and you and all this stuff, that we underestimate the power of a group setting, whether you're involved in it or not, the power and energy of that group actually pulling you forward, motivating, inspiring you, and just helping you to make better choices. So we start on September the 21st. It is a 6-week program this year. It's not a 4-week program, it's a 6-week program because what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break in the middle. Sometimes this program is very overwhelming. So we're going to do 3 weeks of coaching, we're going to take a week break, and we're going to do another 2 weeks of coaching. So I think this pace is also a lot more conducive to everybody, including myself. So I'd love for you to join. Please don't miss this opportunity. You can have a different experience to the vast majority of people. And don't forget that midlife is a huge opportunity. And honestly, it's the last one we get. If we don't really get to grips with midlife, our golden years are going to be very challenging. And if you want to wait till your golden years to actually optimize your health, energy, mood, and body composition, not impossible, but it's going to be tough. So instead of being frustrated by this time in our life, by this chapter, be excited about it, but realize it is the last opportunity that we have to really move the trajectory of our lives going on. Mastering Midlife, we start September 21st.